right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Sprinkles possible overnight, then you'll only need a light jacket on Sunday with more sunshine and mild temperatures in the forecast.
Let the good times roll. St. Louis celebrating Mardi Gras this weekend. We take you to Soulard for the annual tradition. But first, Blues fans are feeling the blues after a major announcement involving a popular player.
It was kind of shocking news and sad news at the same time.
We begin tonight with breaking news in downtown St. Louis. We're live on the scene of a pretty serious accident unfolding at 11th Street and St. Charles. You can see one of the vehicles is flipped. Police tell us a car was driving erratically and hit a pedestrian as well as 2 other cars. Again, you're taking a live look at the scene right now. Police say a pedestrian was also hit and had to be rescued from under a vehicle. That person was taken to the hospital. Their condition is not known. We will provide any updates on air and online, as well as on the 5 on Your Side app. A very good evening to you. I'm Brent Solomon. Tonight, reaction from St. Louis Blues fans pouring in 24 hours after the team announced the trade of captain Ryan O'Reilly. He's headed to the Toronto Maple Leafs as part of a 3-team deal. Now at 10, fans tell 5 on Your Side's Travis Cummings it's all bittersweet.
Kind of put a little dark cloud over the Blues. And today I think the team, you can kind of see it in their spirit.
A 4-1 loss against the Colorado Avalanche Saturday is one of 2 things on the minds of St. Louis Blues players this weekend. The other, losing their captain, Ryan O'Reilly. Fans like Johnny and little Augie O'Mara are a little blue, too.
I'm a little happy that I didn't put O'Reilly on the back of his jersey now, but I think as all the Blues fans are, we were sad to see O'Reilly go. You know, he's been a great captain for the team. He led us to a Stanley Cup. I think we were hoping he'd end his career here.
O'Reilly played 5 seasons with the Blues. The team picked the 32-year-old up from the Buffalo Sabres in 2018. Now he and center Noel Acciari are headed to the Toronto Maple Leafs. It was in 2019 when Ryan O'Reilly took home that Stanley Cup, walking the team all the way down Market Street, all the way to the Gateway Arch.
They're in full-blown rebuild. I mean, you know, it's too bad. I mean, it was just 3 years ago we watched the parade come down Market Street, and now the good players are gone, so start over. Yeah. Hopefully they get some good draft picks.
For Coach Greg Berube, O'Reilly and Acciari are the type of players every coach wants to work with.
When you get the effort that they give every night, the competitiveness that they bring, the smarts to the game, the details, team play.
He and fans are looking to the future.
The Blues started to go the wrong direction with the trade of Tarasenko and then the year that we've had. I think it's better to prep for the next 3 or 4 years instead of taking a minor step for this year and really just turning it around right and making sure we do it right.
Travis Cummings.
All right, Travis Cummings reporting there could actually be more moves on the horizon as the trade deadline approaches. Corey Miller will have more on the big Blues news of the day. That's coming up in sports. Well, it is the last weekend of Mardi Gras, and St. Louis came ready to party. Festivities in Soulard kicking off with the Bud Light Grand Parade, and we've got that video coming up. There was everything on site today, from Vegas showgirls to floats inspired by movies like The Wizard of Oz and even Forrest Gump. Mardi Gras officials tell 5 on Your Side the party brings thousands of people to St. Louis every year.
Mardi Gras generates about $20 million for the regional economy every year. And about 25% of the people who come to St. Louis for Mardi Gras are from out of town. So a lot of that is new revenue.
Now, St. Louis police had increased presence along that parade route, and it's continuing throughout the night there in Soulard. There was a minor scare at today's Mardi Gras parade. A fire sparked on one of the trucks used to pull a float. Firefighters responded quickly to put out the fire and to remove the float from the parade route. Because of their quick action, fortunately, no one was hurt. It is time now to get to your Weather First forecast, but first, a live look over downtown St. Louis. Skies are clear right now, but just a few hours ago, it Sure felt like spring with that sun out. And this month, temperatures seem to be on the rise. Let's get over to meteorologist Jim Castillo, who's standing by with much more. Hey there, Jim.
How you doing? So we definitely have the camera shaking. So the big news about tonight is the wind gust, about to 25 miles an hour. Not too terrible, but it's going to be a breezy night and a breezy day tomorrow. Now it looks like a little bit of rain is pushing through, but the atmosphere is too dry. So this little disturbance. There's some green on the radar. It's raining above your head, but not at the surface. Not even signs of sprinkles. You can't rule that out over the next couple of hours. But all in all, we have not seen that because the low dew point and also the low relative humidity. Look at that humidity at 42% at nighttime here in St. Louis, 47 degrees still at this hour, and a south wind at 11 miles an hour. So sprinkles are still possible for a couple hours here and a little bit milder as the south wind continues. It shifts southwest tomorrow, 39 for the low, but tomorrow's highs into the 60s, so we do even better. And yes, we are warming, and I'll tell you how warm the warmest day will get this week. It's quite impressive with a good chance of showers and storms.
All right, Jim, stay close. We have an update now on that breaking news we reported last night in St. Charles County. Tonight, the Missouri Highway Patrol is identifying the woman killed in a crash on Highway 61 near Dietrich Road. That's just south of Big Creek. The victim is 74-year-old Ingard Tehran of Troy, Missouri. A crash report says a pickup truck with a trailer attempted to turn left on Dietrich Road when Tehran's car crashed into the trailer. She died at the scene. Developing tonight, a teenager is being treated after he was shot in the ankle in South City. This happened this afternoon at the intersection of Miami and Minnesota Avenue. We don't know what led to that shooting or if there are any suspects just yet. We will update this story on air and online as soon as we learn more. Turning now to Georgia, where 9 children are recovering after being shot at a gas station last night. Police believe a nearby party spilled over into that gas station parking lot, and that's where gunmen opened fire. 7 boys and 2 girls were shot, ranging in age from 5 to 17 years old. The 5-year-old was with family at that gas station when the gunshots rang out. Today, the police chief and mayor of Columbus addressing the violence.
This incident would not be tolerated. Incidents of this type would not be tolerated. And we will continue to work around the clock until we are able to bring this case to a resolve.
Luckily, all of the children are expected to be just fine so far. No arrests. Tonight, the Urban League has a brand new office in East St. Louis. This afternoon, a grand opening for the new Save Our Sons office. That's a program that helps African-American men find jobs, and it offers necessary career skills to improve their lives.
We have already served 250 people, and we plan on serving hundreds more each and every year so that people will be able to get hired with companies like Ameren, companies like the Casino Queen, Worldwide Technology, Amazon, and so many others.
The 4-week-long program is divided into a curriculum that teaches those men how to find steady employment, how to get promoted, and how to stay marketable in the workplace. Tonight, former President Jimmy Carter has started hospice care at his home in Georgia. The Carter Center released a statement saying in part, quote, he has decided to spend his remaining time with his family. Mr. Carter has been in and out of the hospital for short stays recently. His family is asking for privacy at this time. The Memphis community continuing to honor Tyree Nichols more than a month after his death. Today, one artist dedicating a mural in his memory. That mural is painted on a blues-themed restaurant in North Memphis. It reflects vibrant colors with a message of hope. It's one of St. Louis's most iconic places. Find out if Forest Park continues its reign as the best park in the nation. They're there for us in an emergency. Our Verify team explores why there's an interesting tie between paramedics and Black History Month.
It feels more like spring in February again. How long will it last? And I'll let you know when the rain and thunderstorms are likely in the week ahead.
Today, mourners packed into two Michigan churches today to pay their respects to Brian Fraser and Alexandria Verner. Both students were killed during Monday's mass shooting at Michigan State University. Fraser was a sophomore and the president of the university's chapter of Phi Delta Theta fraternity. Verner was a junior and was studying biology and anthropology at Michigan State. Well, Twitter users are upset about a new rule Elon Musk is making involving a security feature. The rule says users must subscribe to Twitter Blue by March 19th, or they risk losing that two-factor authentication feature via text. Users who don't subscribe will be locked out of their accounts until they remove the security feature.
Weather is nice right now, and there's some clouds around, maybe a sprinkle the next couple of hours here. But then we're clearing up tomorrow, warming up. Already 52 at 11 a.m. I'll let you know how warm it gets tomorrow and when the next best rain chance is this week.
Well, during Black History Month, we're acknowledging the contributions of Black Americans across the country. One Twitter user claims the first paramedics in the U.S. were Black. Shannon Curtis looks into whether that is true.
We know that paramedics are vital in providing life-saving treatment during an emergency. But do you know how the profession originated in the U.S.? One Twitter user claims the origins can be traced back to a group of Black pioneers from Pittsburgh. But is that true? Let's verify. Our sources are University of Pittsburgh, the City of Pittsburgh, Senator John Hines History Center, Kevin Hazard, a former paramedic and author of American Sirens, and the CDC. Paramedics first became a profession in the 1960s. Before then, police officers, firefighters, and even funeral directors responded to emergencies, but offered little more than basic first aid. In 1966, a National Academy of Sciences report documented the lack of proper emergency medical care. One area that exemplified that lack of care was the Hill District, the largest Black neighborhood in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A former ambulance driver, Phil Hallen, teamed up with Dr. Peter Safar, an anesthesiologist known as the father of CPR, to create a private ambulance service to aid the residents in that neighborhood. 20 Black men were recruited from the Hill District to start the first paramedic team, which would come to be known as the Freedom House Ambulance Service. At a city council meeting, Safar presented data showing that of the over 4,000 patients Freedom House paramedics transported in their first year, less than 2% died before arriving at the hospital, a vast improvement over previous methods. Kevin Hazard, a former paramedic who also wrote a book about the ambulance service, told Verify that other medical programs took notice and replicated the service, creating the paramedic services that we see today. So we can verify, yes, the first paramedics in the U.S. were Black men. The CDC estimates there are now more than 200,000 professional emergency medical technicians and paramedics in the U.S. With your Verify, I'm Shannon Curtis.
And don't miss 5 on Your Side's Black History Month special tomorrow. We continue our series, Race, Listen, Learn, Live, this time hearing from teenagers. Join us tomorrow at 11 in the morning on 5 on Your Side or on 5 Plus, available on Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Well, it is official. Super Nintendo World is now open at Universal Studios Hollywood. That's after nearly a decade in the making. The theme park features an augmented reality Mario Kart ride, a Toad-inspired restaurant, and a merchandise hub filled with shirts, hats, and more. Fans even get a chance to meet and greet with classic characters like Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach. How about that? Well, what a beautiful day to enjoy St. Louis's most famous parks. For the second year in a row, Forest Park named the best city park in the nation. That's according to USA Today's Reader Choice Poll. From the History Museum, the Zoo, and the Jewel Box, Forest Park has so many wonderful sights to offer. We all know it's the best.
Yeah. You know, I lived in New York City, Philly, Seattle, LA, and I'm from here.
Yeah.
Always thought Forest Park was the best.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it's right here. Well, I'll tell you what, Jim Castillo standing by with the Weather First forecast. Boy, does it feel like spring these days.
It really does. And, you know, it's going to be like that most of this week coming up.
All
yes.
right.
And we're talking one day again, probably mid to upper 60s.
Wow.
We did it once last week. So a little bit more on that, plus a chance of those thunderstorms, too. So what we've got going on on for you. I wanted to show you the Worldwide Technology Raceway camera looking towards St. Louis. There's the arch right there in the skyline, a good-looking shot. 57 and 29. Yeah, 57 today. 47 is the average, so 10 degrees warmer than what we normally are. So temperatures right now, 39 Litchfield, and there's a lot of clouds around, but very low relative humidity. So dry at the surface. There's a bit of a breeze, and with the clouds around, and it actually looks like there's some rain, but it's really above our heads and not reaching the surface. So the winds first, 25 miles an hour, the highest gust today. It'll be like that tonight and also more likely tomorrow. 47 right now at Lambert, and south wind at 11 miles an hour. And tonight there's a chance of sprinkles, but again, the atmosphere just is so dry. Here are the dew points. They're rising a little bit, near 30 now, and earlier they were in the teens. So again, with this little disturbance coming through here, it looks like there's some rain, but none of this is reaching the ground. I checked Rolla and also Herman and Bowling Green at this point. No reports of any of those sprinkles. And overnight lows tonight dropping down to near 40 in St. Louis. A lot of us in the 30s. And then look at tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine. Even those clouds go away really early in the morning hours, and then we're up to near 60 or 62 in the afternoon. So fantastic weather. And then over the next couple of days here, so that next really good chance of rain really doesn't come in until we get to Wednesday, with a chance of showers and maybe some thunderstorms. There might be a sprinkle again early Monday, but it is Wednesday and into Wednesday night with a really good chance of showers and storms in here, as you'll see in the Futurecast right there as it moves on in. So 10-day forecast, we'll go through it real quickly. 62 tomorrow, 60 on Monday, and then as we get into Tuesday, 57, generally dry. Then we get into Wednesday, 67, so close to 70 again, with that chance of showers and thunderstorms in here. And the coolest day, well, Friday, 45 degrees. Otherwise, it warms up again next weekend.
Yeah, so right after the cool down, it's going to warm up again. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
We're going to keep you employed. You're doing a good job.
Warm winter.
My friend Corey standing by with sports.
Well, if you're out celebrating Mardi Gras, you probably missed a packed day on the St. Louis sports scene. And even if you weren't, I've got your recap anyways. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The Sports Desk is brought to you by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer, 10 years running.
Well, if you were out all day for Mardi Gras and have found the couch and Channel 5 tonight, I wish I had some better sports news to greet you with. Let's start on the hardwood, though. Our trio of tournament hopefuls were in action, and it did not go so well for two of them. Mizzou first. Dennis Gates and company looking to rebound from that Auburn shellacking against a tough Texas A&M squad tonight. Tigers could not get ahead. This shot from the Aggies, Wade Taylor, the fourth to end the half, kind of forecasted how things were going to go. Mizzou made an effort in the second. Here's three of Kobe Brown's game-high 24 points. And this Demoy Hodge triple cut the Aggie lead to 8 late, but they wouldn't get much closer than that. A&M shuts the door on Mizzou with a 69-60 win, nearly doubling up the Tigers on the boards to sweep the season series.
There were runs in the game where I thought we got it down to 8 or 10, and then we would turn it over. We didn't give ourselves a chance to sort of get to that other side of that run. We played the game from behind. More than 39 minutes of the game we were playing behind, and that's a tough spot to be in.
The only sports bright spot today was the Billikens. SLU hosting Duquesne. Let's pick it up in the second half. SLU on a run back in the ball game. Larry Hughes Jr. He gets in on the action tonight. Nice shot there. Later on, it's the Yuri Collins show. Slick move, tough finish at the rim. Then the best assist man in the country does what he does best, finds Gibson Jimerson for two of his game-high 28 points. Jimerson, that is. Bills only made one three-pointer tonight. The Dukes made 15. No problem. SLU wins 90-85.
When a team's making that many threes, it is easy to get deflated. It is easy to say, what, this is just not going to be our night. And our guys did. We kept telling them, guys, at some point, we're going to make them miss. Don't want them to miss. We got to make them miss and just got to keep playing through it.
Illinois short-handed today at number 14 Indiana. No Terrence Shannon Jr. because of concussion protocol. The Illini were flying for much of the game. Big-time dunks from Coleman Hawkins. And then Matthew Mayer, you see right there. Great game, came down to the wire with a chance to tie it for R.J. Melendez. But as you see right there, it's going to go off the iron, and Illinois loses 81-78. Illini have lost 3 of their last 4 games. Life moves fast in the NHL. Yesterday, Ryan O'Reilly was the captain of the Blues. Today, he's already on the ice with Noel Acciari as a Toronto Maple Leaf. And the Blues had to try and turn the page fast with Colorado in town. Blues with the Mardi Gras flair for warm-ups today, but there would be no reveling against the Avs. Already down 1-0, Bo Byram gets the goal on the fast break, beats Jordan Binnington. Sammy Blais would get on the board for the Blues in the second. Here's his second goal since he's been back in blue. Byron would get another one late, though, as the Blues fall 4-1 and see their 3-game winning streak snapped. The team, of course, played without a captain today. The Ryan O'Reilly trade was the latest domino to fall for the selling Blues. The former Conn Smythe winner had 97 goals and 172 assists in 5 years in St. Louis, and his presence will be sorely missed in the locker room. But Doug Armstrong now has 3 first-round picks to play with this year and says he never shuts the door on a player like O'Reilly getting an encore in St. Louis.
You just love playing with those guys so much that it sucks seeing them go, and that's the reality of what we did to ourselves this year. Including those guys that's obviously all got traded. It's we gave Doug a chance to go this route.
I wish I had a crystal ball where I could tell everyone how this is going to work out, but I don't. We could use all 3 of those picks to select players, or they might be gone before their names are ever called.
Wow, that's been the talk of the day.
Talk of the day, O'Reilly trade. Talking tomorrow going to be the Battlehawks back in action. Get those cacaws ready. They're back.
It's tomorrow. It's already that time.
It's already that time.
And we know you'll be covering it.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Corey. And thank you for joining us. That's all of our time at 10. Saturday Night Live is next. Have a great evening.